disclosures. No disclosures at all.
They haven't given you any, right?
Nothing. So I got to the 30th of this month, and then I'm gonna send the rescind of the contract, or the rescind of the transaction.
Don't send the rescind yet. I want you to send them one more letter stating that maybe you didn't get my first letter or my second letter. This is my third and final attempt. I am requesting all my truth in lending disclosures per Son 15 USC 1601 that you are supposed to give me, right? So you're going to request those one more time, and you're going to put at the bottom, you're going to CC your state attorney general.
Okay.
And you're going to let them know that all correspondence that you've sent, you will be forwarding all correspondence to the state attorney general.
Got it. Got it.
Then after that, now you're going to wait for their response. The next step after that is either arbitration, or you're going to go talk to Brian, and y'all are going to go put a truth in lending filing together.
Okay, perfect. Because I didn't send it to the attorney general before. I didn't do that.
It's fine. Everything that you have, all the evidence, because you're supposed to be keeping copies.
I do. I got two.
You're going to package
in blue ink.
You're going to package everything up, and you're going to send it off to the state attorney general with a letter stating exactly what happened, what you did, the request that you made, and how for 60 days they have not given you any disclosures on the truth in lending, and that is a violation of truth in lending, and you are seeking assistance because any violation of truth in lending is double the finance charge. So look at the retail installment contract to see what the finance charge was. Truth in lending says 1640 says double the finance charge.
Okay, got it.
All right,
got it.
Cool. All right, so has everybody reviewed the debt validation workbook? All right, so let's go into, before I go, Brian, do you want to introduce yourself for those of, for everyone here that don't know who you are?
Yeah, sure. I'm Brian Ponder. My law practice specializes in credit, debt, real estate foreclosure. So I'll be on here giving a perspective from the legal side. My website is brianponder.com. I can take a case on at any stage. So
Brian, we're not hearing you so good. We're not hearing you so good.
Okay, I'll reintroduce myself in a little bit once I get settled.
Okay, bet. All right, cool. For those of you that just came in and you're asking where is the debt validation workbook, scroll back up into the chat. If you scroll back up into the chat, you will see the link for the debt validation workbook. Can someone go grab the link and repost it back in the chat for me? So everyone that's just coming on will be able to see it. All right, thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you very much. All right, so what I'm going to go now, I'm going to go into sharing my screen. And right after I share my screen, we're going to get into it. So screen 2. And you guys are going to see why this debt validation is so important. All right. All right, now we're seeing this handsome guy right here. Everybody say hello to him. I think his name is Daraine. He's your favorite consumer law expert, and he's here to give you all the sauce. Don't mind the fact that there's no mic, all right? My voice is very loud, and I was projecting everywhere, all right? Don't look at the fact that I don't got a mic. I was projecting everywhere. Y'all will not judge me on this. I'm gonna let you know that. So this is a little bit about me. Well, not me, about the book. So I want you guys to come into this with an open mind. So basically, I'm just saying, before we get into the work, the first thing I want you all to comprehend is that there is new definitions for 12 CFR 1006, Regulation F, aka the FDCPA. There's a lot of people that's still running around using old information. So if you ever see 12 CFR 1006 or Regulation F or FDCPA or 15 USC 1692, they all mean the same thing, all right? They all mean the same thing. Where is my mouse? All right, cool.
Daraine, how do you want us? You want us to look at this? Did you want us to give you feedback, or how do you want us to give you feedback?
So we're gonna take the
looking at?
feedback at the end.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just go through the pages, right? I'm highlighting a few things with the new law from the old law. So if you see here, there is 10, 11, 12, 13. There is 13 definitions in the new rule. The old FDCPA only had 8 definitions. That's the big difference between the old rule and the new rule. There's more definitions here with the new rule, right? And as you go through your workbook, based on what you see up there, you're gonna fill these in. You're gonna fill these definitions in. You need to know these definitions. You need to fill these definitions in, right? There's a new word that got introduced. It's called limited content message. And this is gonna play a part when a debt collector calls you, or if they leave a voicemail. It has to follow a specific format. There's a specific format that's required for a limited content message, and a debt collector, they have to tell you. And then we go to required content. Like there's a lot of stuff, and optional content, right? Now, oh, here's this handsome guy again. So for those of you that are not a part of the university, right here, I gave you guys an opportunity. So if you text consumer law to 917-810-3329, you will be able to get a link that can bring you into the university. So for this, I might tell the team to give a $500 scholarship. We might do a $500 scholarship here. So the team and I will discuss that on the back end. We'll more than likely, if you use this word, we'll probably attach a $500 coupon to our $500 scholarship to join in the university. So only people that have possession of this book can redeem the coupon. All right. Now, the big thing is, what is validation, right? The action of checking or providing the validity or accuracy of something. Basically, validation is really assessing an action, really. So the definition of validation and what is required under the law 12 CFR 1006.34C are what debt collectors must provide and disclose. This word, they must provide something and they must disclose something to a consumer when the consumer disputes an alleged debt. They must provide you everything listed in the 5 sections and subsections. So even though it's 5 sections, it's broken down into multiple things. So verification, the process of establishing the truth. So up here for validation, we're assessing an action, and in verification, we're establishing the truth. Is the action that we assess, is it true or not? This is how these two words go together. That's why you'll see verified or validated. So one is assessing an action. The second one is saying, are we establishing the truth? All right. So verification per Son 12 CFR 1006.34 is the process by which a consumer requires or requests more documentation, like the original creditor's name, address, email, phone number, to provide evidence to substantiate their alleged claim, right? So this is the section we're going to go to. Notice for validation of debt. This is the section. This is 12 CFR section 1006.34. That's where we're going to go in a minute. So type into Google so you guys can open up a browser so you can keep it, as well as I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go 12 CFR section 1006.34. It's going to bring you to notice for validation of debt. When you go there, What does it actually mean when you send in a notice for validation of debt? What is required? So I have stuff here that I picked out for the workbook. I'm not going to go through the workbook in detail, but you'll be able to see the stuff. This is stuff for you, right? This workbook is yours. Learn it. So when a debt collector send you bullshit in the mail, guess what? No. I went to Daraine's class and I know the truth. So we ain't going to be playing these games in these streets. All right, we're not. It's going to go through a lot of stuff. But what I want to skip to real quick is the questions, right? So the questions. I want you to keep these words in the back of your mind. So as we go through the section, you will start putting this puzzle together. Duplicative dispute, validation period, prohibition, safe harbor, request for original creditor information, special rule if the current creditor and the original creditor are the same, failure to dispute, response to disputes. When a debt collector communicates with you regarding an alleged debt, what is the first thing you should do? What must a debt collector provide the consumer in the initial communication? What must be provided to the consumer by the debt collector within 5 days of that initial communication? What is validation notice? How long is the validation period? What is included in the validation information? What is the debt collector's communication disclosure? These are all new words that were not in the old, that's not in the old law, right? What information about the debt is required? What information is needed when the consumer requests the original creditor's information? Why does the validation information need to be clear and conspicuous? Explain the safe harbor. Where can you find model form B1? The next question should have been, what is model form B1? I forgot to put that in there. You guys can add that at the end. Where you see, where can you find model form B1? I also want you to write beside it. See, I just doubled up on that. Where you have, where can you find the model form B1? I want y'all to write, what is the model form B1? So please write that down for me. What is the model form B1? Please write that down. Where on the validation notice can the disclosures be found? I'm not even done yet. Do you comprehend why before they weren't doing proper validation when they sent you a bill or a statement? All of this stuff, did you guys get all of this stuff? Let me put the chat up because I need to see what you guys are saying.
Never.
Did you get these stuff when these debt collectors are sending you back verified and validated?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So they're in these streets committing so much violation. And guess what? Let me see. There's only 88 of y'all on here. Imagine the amount of people that don't know this information and how they're being taken advantage of. This is why I cannot do this by myself. I need all of you to be advocates, sharing this information. So what is the debt collector communication disclosure? They're supposed to give you a communication disclosure. What information on the debt must be given? There's certain information that must be given. Now, information about consumer protection. So this part is long, so I just put the part that you need to go read it. Consumer response information. What are the dispute prompts? What words prompt disputes? Original creditor information prompt list. List them, right? The new law says if you are bilingual and you speak Spanish and you request the dispute in Spanish, they're supposed to give you the Spanish disclosure, and your dispute must be in what? Spanish. This was not in the old law. So for my people, my Latinas, for everybody that speaks Spanish, that's having a hard time with disputes, you can now request to have the disputes done in Spanish. Shout out to you. All right. Oh, this handsome guy again. Well, hello there. Oh, okay. My guy, what does he say? Drop your questions. All right, drop your questions. Handsome guy right there. So these questions, I collected all of these questions on the live. So I was on live and Leah was on the live with me. I collected all of these questions, and these questions go from what do you do when a collection was reinserted? What should I do if the CRA send me a copy of a medical bill? Like, we're going to go through a lot of stuff. I answered half of these questions, but I also need you guys to answer them too, because it's a workbook. If I give you guys all the answer, it's not a workbook anymore. It becomes an answer book, and you won't learn anything. All right. So I'm telling you, this, hello, handsome guy again. Golly. All right. So the answers to all your questions, to some of the questions now are here. Some of them I answered, some of them I pointed the law for you to go to, because some of the answers are long, right? But the key point is I need y'all to be answering these. Like I told y'all, it's a lot of questions, but when you guys finish this workbook, there is not a collections company that can handle you. Right? So we go through, join us today, the Consumer Law Secrets University. Here we're giving you, if you click on here, this is a hyperlink. It has a link for you to join the university. I'll have the team put a $500 scholarship in here because you guys showed up and you guys are in the room. I am willing to meet you halfway and give you when I say halfway, not half of the price. I'm willing to invest in you too, to make sure that you get it. So now we're going to jump into the law itself. So if that was of some value, guys, this is the workbook. It took me 24 hours to make. It was not an easy make, but you know what? I got it done. I promised y'all that I would have it for you before the class. As promised, it's delivered. It is yours. Please study. You will only get out of this what you put in. Can everybody still see my screen? If you can, let me see some fire in the chat. Right now, I'm at section 1006.34. If you can see my screen, please drop some fire in the chat. When you finish with this workbook, you will be a certified debt collection killer. You will be able to share that name with Edwin. You will, I should have put that in there. Certified, if you finish this workbook, you are a certified debt collection killer. I should have put that in the workbook. So if you guys like the workbook, please let me know. So before we go in, based on what we go over so far, I hope this workbook met you guys' expectation. It's probably more. Just, give me some feedback, and then we're going to go straight into this. How do you guys like the workbook? Is it good? Is it no good? Let me see it in the chat, please. Is it good? Do you guys like it? Did Daraine waste 24 hours? Like, yes, no? Love the content, like it. Okay, cool. Great. All right, I see fire, no complaints. This will be the best workbook ever, because I don't think there's any workbook right now on the market for debt collection, especially a notice for validation. I haven't seen a notice for validation workbook on the market. So if any of y'all see one, let me know. Oh, you have one, Leah?
No, I just see you training debt collectors on what they need to do. I see that happening for you.
I'll probably make a new business training debt collectors. So I'm gonna be training the credit repair business owners how to get them, and then I'm gonna teach them how to protect themselves from the credit repair business owners.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Exactly. We need to fill that red bag that's in the picture here. Yes.
All right, guys. So greatly needed. Thank you. Guys, thank you. This really means a lot. It really means a lot that you guys appreciate. I'm telling you guys, it took me a lot of time to put it together. All right, cool. There's not a lot of people that I know that can write a book in a day. All right. So, you know, I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back real quick. Don't judge me right now. Let me just bask in this moment because you guys love it. All right. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are at what we are here for. Notice for validation of debts. I'm going to say this again. Notice for validation of debt. Why is this so important? You are about to learn how not to be scammed by debt collection companies.